And we're live on the internet.
On April Joe's Day? What?
April Joe's Day. Because it's April Smart Guy's Day. April Fool's I
Right.
tricked you.
That's the trick, right?
Yeah, I tricked you. It's for idiots.
This is
James.
this is season 2.
Episode question mark.
Is it episode 13 or is it episode
My brain tells me 14.
14 because we skipped saying what episode it was last time. Is that right?
Episode 14, he said with no sincerity. And we are currently working on project self-improvement.
Yes. Yes, we are. Project Self-Improvement. And, yeah. We had a short week.
We did.
It's only been like a few days.
So yeah, it has. And I've felt that. I was like, okay, well, But I have a crisis, James. I need your help.
I have a crisis.
So-
I haven't seen you yet.
Oh, I should probably share the screen. That's what I was missing. I was like, huh, what am I missing?
There we are.
There we are.
That's some almost jarring hair you got there today. It's like,
Thanks.
dude, you should dress as a pirate.
Yarhar, motherfucker. Hey, there goes our explicit.
What a jerk.
What a jerk.
I guess that's living the pirate life or something.
I don't give a shorts. I don't give a scurvy leg.
Okay. Eat some oranges then, jerk.
Oranges.
I'll clear that right up.
Yeah, so I have a emergency, James.
Emergency?
Yeah. Let me tell you about my emergency. My emergency is I've put up, not count it, 1, but 2 different items on Etsy, and I'm not a millionaire yet. What's going on?
What? What? No way.
What have I done wrong?
Well, get about 98 more products up there and you might see something. Oh,
I see.
yeah.
But have you considered that I'm not a millionaire yet, even though I put up 2 items on Etsy?
I have. I've felt those questions by many people. That is the dream, isn't it? 2 items, $2 trillion. I mean, what's going on?
That's $1 trillion each. That's not that much to ask.
I know.
Have you seen our defense budget? You just chuck these cups at our enemies.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Joe. I have 1,700 items, so, it takes a while.
So you have $1,700 trillion. What's after trillion?
Yeah.
McTrillion?
Mm.
So you have $1.7 McTrillion.
No.
How does Ronald feel about you stealing his name?
Well, I'm more of the thief guy. Robble or whatever. He helped
Hamburglar?
me. Yeah, that guy. His name's Frederick. That's what I call him,
Nice.
when we play poker together.
Nice.
So, So yes, we're into productivity and procrastination here on this grand morning.
Yes, so we're just a couple of procrastinators looking to get productive. And boy, was I not productive this week.
Oh,
It's
okay.
frustrating.
So I, well, besides getting new tires, new stupid air sensor things, new bills, um,
Car troubles.
I, went with my parents to Spokane. I mowed my lawn. Um, there was that. I tried getting up early every day, but I couldn't. I slept, and basically most of my productivity was spent in my Babel app. That was about it. Um, and I figured out that really, if I want to get something done, it's going to be on my weekend. I just don't have as much time as I thought I did. I don't know. I might have sleep apnea. I never seem to sleep great. I seem to sleep longer than the average person needs to for myself to just wake up naturally. So there could be something there. But I see this, and I'm now diverting all the visiting people and taking care of relationships to work days, which I will deal with in that regard. And that way I can free up my days off and get some real work done. And that's tomorrow and the next day. So, if all goes well, unless there's some appointments I don't know about or something, I shouldn't have to go anywhere. I shouldn't have to do anything. And just get some stuff done. I had a dream last night of one of my stories, so I know what one I want to work on. That was nice. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Took me an hour to get to sleep after that. But that's the one I'm going to work on. So that was kind of cool because I didn't know. I was thinking about it while I was mowing my lawn. I'm like, what do I want to write in? And then to have a kind of a pseudo dream with it. That was cool. So now I'm just gonna go for that. How about yourself?
So this week, like, I started on Wednesday, right, where it's like, hey, you have to make conscious choices to get this stuff done. On Wednesday, I made the conscious choice to draw. I did it. I drew a face. And I checked off Wednesday. Then I tried to do it again on Friday, but I ended up getting distracted. I did start a new thing where I rely on my laziness for something. So
Okay.
So I have this cup, right? And this cup allows me to go drink as much soda as I want. But the trick is, I cannot bring the bottle in here. I can only fill up this cup. Now, there are water bottles right over there. Right in reach. Really easy to grab. So, I can have as much soda as I want. But I can also just grab a water because it's right there. It's been working for me. And I told the day after I started this, I told my manager, and they're like, you shouldn't be drinking water bottles. The microplastics. And I'm like, God damn it.
Everything's gonna kill you, Joe. Don't worry about the microplastics.
That's not my thoughts too. It's like, it's life is hard, and I feel like I'm barely like surviving, and it's like I can't afford to not worry about the microplastics or to worry about the microplastics
Well,
or
I
not to
have
worry
a
about them.
nice, one of those, I don't know what it is, Brita or something, the gallon
Mm-hmm.
ones that you just stick in your fridge. It's been pretty good. I mean, maybe there's less microplastics in that. I don't
Yeah,
know. Or
probably.
maybe you can drain your water bottle into your filter before you consume it.
So the
I
reason,
don't know.
yeah, that seems like a lot of work. The reason I was excited about this is
Microplastics.
because it was a way to be lazy about drinking. It's like the ease of access. And not only that, but it like forces me to go up into the kitchen, get it. And so it's like, moving my legs,
Mm,
getting
I
some more
see.
steps in.
I was starting to wonder why you don't just keep it all near you so you could have choice. But now that I see some of the what you're trying to accomplish, what are your other reasons? Is it just make sure you get up and get out and move, and
Yeah,
or
moving. And then, I mean, I
are you
probably
trying
don't need
to
to be
avoid?
drinking as much soda as I want it.
Yeah, it's probably not the healthiest
Healthiest.
decision.
But it's like, and so I was like, I know, I'll just do water instead. But now, the day I started it, it's just like, the microplastics. I'm like, God damn it. Why'd you have to
You
put that
can't
fear in
win.
my heart?
Ah, yes.
But yeah, this week, I don't know. I need to do something different. And James, I need your help. And if you're in chat, I also need your help. I need to figure out a way to be more consistent about this.
Well, one, you said you would work on 10 pages in that book. Did you do any pages in the book?
No, I looked at the book. I intended to do it yesterday, but then I didn't. Like,
So, I mean, for me, we now have kind of the same schedule, 8 hours a day. We work. Um, I've kind of figured out that I can't really work very productively during the normal day. I might be able to squeak in something here and there. But realistically, I need like a chunk of time to like, enjoy the process. Um, do you think that working more on your days off would be a better approach, or do you think your situation is just how it needs to be, and you just had a crappy week?
what I need to do is begin developing that consistency again. The drawing every day, getting the hit of dopamine every time I cross something out. I need to get back into that groove of drawing every day. To me, that's so important because that consistency of drawing every day makes completing these tasks so much easier. We've got the incense connoisseur hour. Thank you for listening. Watch James as he lights his incense.
Ooh, I'll show it. We'll show it. Find a.
And what flavor is this? What year is this incense?
This year. Well, this is probably like 20 years old. Who knows what this
What?
is?
Oh, finely aged. And where is it
Lavender.
sourced?
Probably in some foreign country that pays them too little.
Perfect. Just how capitalism likes it. Perfect.
Let's see. I can't seem to. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
we
say that.
know.
I'm not going to say that phrase. All right. Oh, dang it. All right. Here we go. Burn! Burn! I think it needs more.
That's beautiful.
Stay lit. Anyway, so consistency. What is your pattern, Joe, for getting things done? When do you get it done?
Sporadically, chaotically.
So you don't have a pattern.
Correct.
Well, that's your first problem. You never
What's
defined a work period.
a work period?
Yeah. If you don't fit it into your life in some kind of way, probably won't fit it in your life. You know. So, I mean, for me, I thought I was gonna, wake up at 8 o'clock every day and,
Get groovy.
let my cat out, get my coffee, go in my computer room, jot away. But in reality, I didn't. So I changed course. And now I'm going to get stuff done on my days off. And I'm going to rearrange so that other things are for other days. So the first step for you is to decide when you're going to work on stuff, I guess. You want to change your life, you need to have the goals in mind. How you can do it?
I think maybe.
Sorry, go ahead. I was about to say it is very hard to not do the exact Jeopardy theme song, and you try to make it slower and change it a little bit, and you just forget where you're at and what it sounds like, and you're okay. That's just me. So anyway,
All right. You're making like a serenade.
yeah.
Like the woman's from the planet of Jeopardy, and you're trying to serenade her. So I think stopping everything at 9 and spending from 9 to 10 or 9 to 11 working on my stuff would be the best.
Why?
Because it's a time where I have a little bit more control, and I can work on things.
Do you have enough energy?
It shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, because it is the end of your day, and you have to evaluate how fresh you are. As long as you think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think there are some other benefits to it too. Like doing it right before bed means that it's what I'm gonna be thinking about while sleeping and that type of stuff too.
Okay. How consistent do you have anything planned at those periods any day?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, theoretically, it sounds like it's sound.
Yeah.
It's rather relaxing, maybe help you fall
Yeah.
asleep, or you at least know when you're ready to fall asleep. You'd be like, you know what? I'm ready now. So it just now, are you also going to do that on your days off?
Yes. Well, ooh, that's hard. Maybe I can't do the same thing for every day. Maybe with days off, it'd be like around 11 I would call it, or around midnight I would call it, and then from like midnight to 1 or 2. Cuz I mean realistically I'm going to stay up a little bit later on those days anyways.
Well, so before you made this plan, when in your mind were you supposed to be working on this type of stuff?
Kind of just more whenever I remembered and found time.
Hmm.
Or I would
'Cause-
plan it for the future. Like for example, like I was supposed to do those 10 pages. I was going to do them on Saturday, but then I didn't.
okay, so you were, because I vaguely remember this type of a plan a while back. Maybe you just didn't implement it. Um, so I just want to make sure you're, you know, gonna do it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe I'll set an alarm with my Alexa and let her know, hey, set an alarm for this
Mm,
time to let me know that it's this time, and that way I have a reminder.
mm, that's solid. Yeah. Well then, I hope it works out.
Yeah.
Um, so are you going to paint it all,
Right
or do
now,
you still need to get an easel?
I still need to get an easel.
Hmm.
Well, I don't need to get an easel. I could paint with my shitty one, but right now I want to just focus on making drawing a daily habit.
Okay.
To me, that's more important. I want to do like a month of just drawing as a daily habit. And then if I want to do more stuff, that's what I want to do. I mean, I can draw on a easel or on a canvas. I can draw as long as it's drawing. It doesn't have to be just mindlessly sketching. As long as I'm drawing, I'm counting that. Like it's more open-ended. But I want it to be doing it daily. That's very important to me. Because I find that I get rusty and then I have to like spend time relearning or like re-getting my fingers to work how they want to, shaking off the rust essentially.
Mm.
So
Well, I have high expectations for my weekend. Um, I still haven't played any video games, so it's been like
jeez.
a month and a week. Um, and I have a normal schedule now. I don't deviate from that very much at all. In fact, last night I went to bed at like 11:30. Just I could have watched another episode, or with my family. We're watching 12 Monkeys right now, and
Mm-hmm.
I decided to wait on that and get a better sleep. Um, so my patterns are pretty solid right now. I'm getting stuff done in the morning, mow my lawn, doing things like that. And the only thing that I've not been able to do is really feel like I have time to work. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've been, learning Spanish for half an hour or so every morning. Um, and my diet has been, I'd say about 50-50 on when I listen to it and when I'm trying to not. Um, but I am slowly losing weight, which is good. So
Mm-hmm.
everything, and my wife is almost better. So in another week, she'll be able to drive, and so that'll free me up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's pretty sound. My stress levels really low. You're being able to pay my bills now, so
That's
life
nice.
is good. Um, but I haven't been able to write, and when I have had opportunities, I didn't know what I wanted to write in. So now all those things are solved, and I know that I need some real time. So tomorrow and the next day are going to be my times to try to shine. Um, but I think I'm going to be successful, because I've felt the lack, um, and I need some success in my craft. Um, haven't had it in a long time, but I I don't see, unless something outside or external stops me. Um, I don't see a lot of windows for problems. Um, all I see is possibilities to get stuff done. So, and I know that I want to get it done during that time. So, yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I think everything's going to be cool. Now, I go to bed no matter what at the same time, even if it's my days off, because I find the pattern to be better for
Yeah.
me. Um, it's hard for me to break that up. And so I've just basically told everybody I don't care. I'm going to go to bed
Yeah.
at the same time. And if you guys want to see me, get up earlier. Don't stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, so I, because I don't have a lot of variables, um, I don't see a lot of monkey wrenches that are going to be flung into these gears. I expect next time we meet, I will have some production.
Nice. Yeah, I hope I do too. I'm very optimistic about this week. If and again, for me it's about figuring out what's going to work, what's going to jumpstart my drawing daily. Like and well, I'll keep trying stuff. If next week I come back and I'm like it just didn't work, then try something else. It's not don't beat yourself up about it. Figure out what works for you. Give yourself that time to learn and grow because you're not in a sprint. It's oh, I wasted this last week. You've wasted a lot more than just this last week.
Right.
It's what's going to work. What's going to actually stick and be able to make it so that it becomes a part of your life. And so, if this doesn't work this week, then we'll try something else.
Yeah, and for me lately, I mean, for the last month or so, uh, it's like it started with my work time, and then around that, I used the advantages that I had from that to put other aspects of my life into the right slot. So it's like really additive. It's like, oh, this gets solved, at least, theoretically solved, and then it moves on and you get another piece. And now I feel like all these layers are pretty solid. And so I don't know, you know, if that kind of just observing myself over the last month, that's kind of like what I've done. It's like just solved one little thing at a time, and then now I'm at my current spot where it's like, okay, um, I know me now well enough to know the only time I can really get ahead is going to be my weekend. And, when I look at the course of the year, kind of like how we did at the beginning in January, I had certain goals for myself. Well, now I feel like I can actually do some real work on my goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I because I understand, you know, myself well enough in my current situation um, to do it. So
I have a
now
question for
it's
you.
yeah.
Let me do the old interview question. So you have those goals. What
Mhm.
obstacles do you foresee? And what are your plans to circumvent those?
My obstacles are overestimating the time that I have. Um, my next 2 days off, I might wake up and be like, "Oh well, all day. I haven't played a video game, and I could play for like 4 hours, and then start." So it's over evaluating the real amount of free time that I have, and underestimating um, the quantity of work that I have to really get something tangible done this year. Um, I have, I mean, let's say that one of my days off is gone because of family and things that happen in life. Well, then I only have one day. So how many one days left a week are there left in this year? And then multiply that by how much actual work I'm going to get done. You know, I have to estimate those things to have an understanding of if I'm going to be able to get anything done this year. Am I going to be able to get some kind of book written? You know? So utilizing the time to get things done without just overestimating how much I really have. That's my problem. That's been my problem in the past. I'll wake up and be like, oh, if you feel good, what am I going to, oh, maybe I'll watch this movie. Maybe I'll, oh, I'm going to start with a walk. It's a beautiful day. I mean, it's like I find
Mm-hmm.
anything. Oh, well, I haven't cleaned my bathroom in a long time. This is a great day to do that. Anything sounds more enjoyable in my mind than working on something. So that's my problem. It's if I can wake up tomorrow and get up and treat it like a work day, like, oh, just get up, but without the time limit. Okay, so I get up, maybe take a shower, get a nice cup of coffee, you know, and then go right in my computer room and start. It'll be a great day. So I'm gonna treat it kind of like a work day where I never have to go to work. Um, and I can relax a little bit. I can have some, you know, I can make it an enjoyable experience, like we always talked about.
Right.
Um, make it that lifestyle that is fun and that you want to be a part of. Um, Maybe put on some music and just grind. Try what I would really like. I and I almost even don't even want to say it because it's like it's too much probably. But I would really like if I could see myself waking up, doing everything I said, and doing it like all day long, like just having a perfect, and I mean, you take breaks, you have a lunch, you just, you have to live, interact with people and stuff, but like return back and just keep working and just like have this grand. I would love that, you know, and but I think that if I could do that, that eventually it could become some kind of pattern, you know, and I could be that after a while. That's just who I am. Man, I grind. You know, um, because ultimately, if I, let's just say if I do that, you know, at least one day a week, and I extrapolated that into a book, by the end of the year, and I made money from it. And that's a big if too, but let's say I did.
So,
Then the ultimate goal is maybe I free myself up to do that for a living, and then maybe I don't need one day a week. Maybe I only need maybe I could make that into 3 days a week, you know, and get like a book or two done the next year. You know what I mean? It's like that could be good life. Um,
yes. So, that is very true. And there have been days, like when I used to work on my art, that I would spend the majority of the day just working on something. Like, I would start and finish an illustration in 9 hours. Like, that's just what I would do.
mm, yeah, it's the kind of thing I'm talking about then.
So, like, yes, that is absolutely a thing. Now, here's here's something that I would like to bring up that I don't think we talk about enough, and it's a part of this creation or this artistic journey that we're on, where we're trying to monetize our work,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not it feels like we're creating the art for monetary gain and not necessarily creating the art to create wonderful art.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a balance there. There is the term starving artist, who we've said a few times. I don't want to be the starving artist. So if I have to make something someone else likes, maybe I have to.
It's I think it might be more about the mentality of it, where it's like maybe that's why it's so hard to create for us, is because we're trying to create something that we're not excited to create. When was the last time you were excited to write something?
3 o'clock in the morning today.
Well, that's good. That's good. I think I need to look inward and figure out what I'm excited to draw. And that's what I need to be drawing. Because that's where the excitement is for me, and that's what's going to get me to pick up that pencil.
I mean, I agree. I also firmly believe that, there's enough people in this world, there's enough consumers that, let's say I want to write something, there's enough people out there who will buy that,
Yeah.
whatever that is that I like. Just
People
like
will buy
if you
anything.
draw something you want to draw. So I don't think that they're like two opposing things. It's like you draw what you want to draw, and there's going to be a certain amount of people mathematically, they're going to be drawn to that and support that. Now, you might have a big success in one thing. Well, you can't control that. You can't control how many people you're going to
I
get.
have no control over that. What I
All you can do is control what you want.
Create. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there should be definitely some reframing, at least for me and maybe some other people who are listening, on why you're doing what you're doing. So instead of focusing on, oh, hey, I need to get this done so I can put it up on Etsy so I can make some money, it's, oh, hey, what do I want to create because it's fun and exciting.
That you
And
can
then-
also throw up on Etsy and make
if
some
you
money.
can monetize it later, figure out a way to monetize it afterwards. Like, create because you're excited to create something and then monetize it later. Don't think about the monetization till afterwards. That's just what I'm going to go with for now. Again, these are all just theories and I'm learning.
Well, I
But I
mean,
think
you
it's gonna
have
be-
products up on Etsy. You now know how to put up, a few different types of things. It's not a real big leap for you now. If you draw something, you kind of know how to do those types of products. So, once you know, it's not a big issue. So I don't necessarily, get a product out that you want, but you don't have to worry about figuring it much out.
No, I mean,
after you draw something.
Right. So for
Anymore.
me, it's really easy as far as putting things up, and but not everyone's gonna have the same artistic medium that I do. I'm just saying in general. I'm doing more general statements for any artistic medium where create what you're excited to create. And what if I'm excited about painting and I'm like, oh, I want to do only painting for now. That's something I could do, but then I'd have to figure out how I'm going to sell those. So it's more about create what you're excited to create and then worry about monetizing it, because I think that excitement, that joy is going to come through the art. You're going to be putting in the extra effort to make it look nice and stuff because it's to your vision and to your excitement. And I don't know. I think there's something there that we haven't talked about in a while, and that's the joy.
Yeah. Um, because I don't think there has been a lot of joy. Um, I mean, I like when I write, but I haven't had like, a lot of success. So there's not a lot of joy. For me, the joy also is part of the process. So, and you've been learning a lot on your art. So I don't know how much joy you've
Well,
tapped into
I
either.
think no, I haven't had joy in a while. Like I need to figure out some other things. I'm still going to draw every day, but I'm also going to be looking into like what do I want to actually be putting out, or what is exciting for me to draw? What kind of stuff do I want to create? Cuz I think being excited to be going down a path, I think is important. And I think the only way to do that is to figure out what I want my stuff to kind of look like. And that might just be like browsing other artists that I find just absolutely fascinating and stealing parts from them that I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. And blending a bunch of artists into some amalgamation of schmoness.
So are you going to use that as an excuse not to do anything though?
No, I'm still going to draw every day.
Okay.
I have to draw every day. It's on my list of things to do. Maybe part of drawing every day will end up being drawing like some sketches of their style and trying to steal stuff from it and that type of thing.
Okay, because, the problem with the joy of painting,
As it's fleeting.
to pay a little
Bob
bit of
Ross.
respect to Bob Ross.
God, I love Bob Ross. Can we talk about Bob
Um,
Ross for a hot second here?
why not?
Bob Ross, every time I watch him paint, and you can watch him paint, like I think they still do every Monday, they do like a marathon on Twitch where you can just watch him paint. Um, every time I watch him paint, I'm like, what's he doing? That's gonna look like shit. And all of a sudden, it's a masterpiece. And I'm like, holy shit.
I used to watch Bob Ross when I was a kid, and he's one of the only. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but my brain, as I'm watching certain things, I can feel some kind of, I don't even know what it is, but there's like this feeling I get in my head. And it's like this ultimate relaxation, like feeling that almost feels like a drug. And it literally is like a switch that turns off. I get it certain times when I'm watching people do things that I don't do, and they're explaining it to me. And sometimes I'll get that feeling, but with Bob, it was like an every time occurrence. I just loved watching him, and he's the only person that I can consistently get that feeling with as I watch. It's great. I love Bob.
Yeah. Just, mwah, chef's kiss.
There was a I was at a store the other day, and there was a Bob Ross like car scent thing that you can hang from your like you know.
What? That's awesome. You see
Yeah,
again,
it was just
buy it.
Bob. It was like yeah. I was like, I need to buy that.
Yeah.
That was great.
If you see it again, buy it. I'll pay you back. I want it for my car.
All right. But yeah, Bob's
Sorry
great.
to go off on a tangent. So you're talking about the issue of joy.
Yeah, the issue of joy is that if we chase only the joy, it can be also the lack of the joy that stops us. So I think there has to be a little bit of balance between the joy you receive in doing and the discipline to do it without the joy, so that the two can work as partners.
Yeah. I haven't felt a lot of joy recently, so I'm like, ugh, I need that joy back.
I haven't felt any joy, but I've felt the discipline. So the discipline to me right now is we're working in such a way where I can attempt to reach the joy. But even if the joy does not appear tomorrow when I'm working, I believe the discipline is there to continue regardless. So that's what I'm going to go with.
There's an ant in my room. I see it.
Bash in the house real quick.
But yeah, it's gonna take time, and it's okay to it's okay to fail a week, because there's always next week. You just gotta keep trying. It's not about being perfect every week. It's about figuring out what works and what doesn't work for you. And so this week I'm gonna try being done at 9. Except for on my weekend. I'm going to be done at 11. And drawing from 9 until I'm sleepy and it's bedtime. And then I'll go to sleep and feel good. So. Alright, is there anything you want to mention before we head out here, James? Any...
I'm scared and excited. We'll just use those extremes, I guess.
Nice.
About tomorrow and see how it goes.
Alright, sounds good. Have you guys yourselves a wonderful week. We will see you next week on James and Schmo Productivity and Procrastination. Okay, bye.